I was only 13 years old when my life changed forever. Most children worry about homework, friends, or what to wear to school. I was worrying about where I would sleep. One rainy evening, my parents packed my clothes into 2 old bags and placed them outside the front door. I stood there confused. I thought they were angry and would calm down in a few hours. But they didn't. My father looked at me without emotion. "We can't take care of you anymore," he said. My mother didn't even look into my eyes. The door closed, and just like that, I was alone. I knocked for hours. I cried until my voice disappeared. No one answered. Neighbors watched from their windows but stayed silent. That night, sitting under a bus stop with my bags beside me, I made a promise to myself. One day, I would build a life where no one could ever throw me away again. I didn't know how. I only knew I had to survive. That lonely night became the beginning of a journey no one could have imagined. Life on my own was harder than anyone could imagine. I worked small jobs after school. I washed dishes, delivered newspapers, cleaned shops. Every coin mattered. Some nights I went to bed hungry. Some mornings I walked miles because I couldn't afford a bus ticket. But I never stopped studying. Teachers noticed my determination and helped whenever they could. A kind librarian let me stay late to read books. An elderly shop owner gave me leftover food instead of throwing it away. Little acts of kindness kept me going. While other teenagers spent weekends having fun, I spent mine working and learning. Years passed. Slowly, life became less painful. I earned a scholarship, graduated with honors, started a small business with borrowed money. People laughed at my ideas, but I had heard laughter before. It no longer scared me. Failure visited many times. Yet every failure taught me another lesson. I kept moving forward, because going back was never an option. By the time I turned 28, everything had changed. The small business had grown into a successful company. I had a beautiful home, loyal friends, employees who felt like family. Most importantly, I had peace. I never spoke about my past. Very few people knew where I came from. One afternoon, while signing papers in my office, my assistant entered quietly. "There are 2 people asking for you." I wasn't expecting visitors. When I looked through the security camera, my heart nearly stopped. Standing at the front gate were the 2 people who had abandoned me 15 years earlier. They looked older, tired, broken. For a moment, memories came rushing back. The rain, the closed door, the little bags on the sidewalk. I stood frozen. After 15 years, they had found me. I opened the door slowly. Neither of us spoke. My mother began crying immediately. My father lowered his head in shame. Time had changed all of us, but it hadn't erased the past. Finally, my father whispered, "We need your help." They explained everything. Bad decisions, financial losses, debt, illness. They had lost their house, their savings, almost everything. They had nowhere left to go. After searching for months, someone told them where I lived. They came with one last hope, the child they once abandoned. Silence filled the room. They waited for me to speak. Every painful memory returned. Every tear. Every lonely birthday. Every cold night. I could easily send them away, exactly as they had done to me. No one would blame me. But my answer surprised even myself. I asked them to sit down. I brought them food, hot tea, clean clothes. They looked at me with disbelief. My mother couldn't stop crying. My father covered his face with his hands. "I don't deserve this," he whispered. Maybe he was right. Maybe neither of them deserved kindness. But I remember the promise I made at 13. I wanted to become someone different, not someone controlled by anger. I arranged temporary housing for them, paid their medical bills, helped them get back on their feet. I gave them another chance. Not because I forgot what happened, but because I refused to let my past decide my future. Kindness became my greatest victory. Yet one final conversation still remained. Several months later, my parents returned to my house. This time, they weren't asking for money. They weren't asking for help. They came carrying only one thing: regret. My father stood quietly at the door. With tears in his eyes, he said, "The greatest mistake of our lives was abandoning you." My mother hugged me tightly. I prayed every day that you would forgive us. For a long moment, nobody spoke. The silence said everything words could not. Then I smiled softly. I can't change what happened, but I can choose what happens next. That day, Forgiveness entered a home once filled with pain. The scars remained. Some wounds never disappear completely, but they no longer controlled my heart. As the sun set outside, I realized something important. The greatest success wasn't the house I owned, or the company I built, or the money I earned. It was opening the same kind of door that had once been closed on me. Because true strength is not found in revenge. It is found in rising above the people who hurt you without becoming like them. And sometimes, the child who was abandoned becomes the person strong enough to welcome others home.
Hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a new emotional story. Your support means more than words can say, and it helps us continue bringing these untold stories to life.